Good morning and welcome to an all-new Eye of the Tiger. I'm Kelly Kennedy.
And I'm Carson Moore.
To open our show this morning, we have breaking news in sports as River Valley, the team the Tigers were scheduled to play for the homecoming game, has its season canceled. We go over to Joseph Bianchini with more on the impact at RHS.
Good morning. Welcome to this Tuesday's edition of EOTSN. I'm Joseph Bianchini. We start today's broadcast with breaking news. In wake of a racially insensitive video posted by a player on the River Valley football team, their season has officially been suspended and canceled. River Valley was winless anyways before this incident and weren't winning anytime soon, so this really won't have any effect on the CVC League standings. Only the players who participated in the video were suspended, but it was bad enough for their entire season to be declared over. Roseville takes on Bella Vista this week, but next week's homecoming game was originally scheduled against River Valley. That game has been canceled. As of right now, no opponent has been scheduled to replace River Valley for the game.
For it happening this late in the season, it's kind of difficult to just call up a team. So you got to see, one, who has a bye, if they've only had 9 games scheduled left. There's a lot of things that we have to look at.
Now, if a game gets scheduled or not, this week will not count as a win towards Roseville's record. And if a game gets scheduled, it will be more of a scrimmage than anything. If a game does not get scheduled, the JV game will be bumped up to the late time slot, and that will be Roseville's homecoming game.
Hopefully, we can get a game going. If not, we're still going to try to make it as eventful as possible, where we have the JV will be the marquee game. And they'll be in the middle, they'll get to play at night finally and under the lights.
This incident was especially unfortunate, though, as it not only affected Roseville, but it also affected other schools, including Wood Creek.
2 other schools it's cost homecoming. Wood Creek last week was able to, at the last minute, find somebody that could play, so it was their homecoming as well, and I think that there's one other than ours. So it's not just that one school or the one social media event that it hurts a whole group of people.
In other sports news, here's the game schedule through the end of this week of midterms. Today, girls volleyball have a huge game against Wood Creek, which will have major ramifications for their league standings and any playoff aspirations. Additionally, girls golf takes on River Valley, yikes. Girls tennis takes on Antelope, and the water polo teams take on Christian Brothers. No varsity sports Wednesday. Thursday, girls volleyball have a match against Antelope, the water polo teams take on Bear River, and girls tennis takes on River Valley. Friday, the football team has a home game versus Bella Vista, and Saturday, select varsity cross-country runners make the trip down to the Fresno area to run in the Clovis meet. And really quickly before we go, there is no broadcast this Friday due to midterms, but a week from today, we will reveal the first ever player of the month. Stay tuned. And that's all on your home for Roseville High School sports, top plays, breakdowns, and more. Eye of the Tiger Sports Network, EOTSN. And now we go back to news.
Thanks, Joseph.
A rescheduled homecoming game is unlikely to impact other homecoming festivities such as the parade and the King and Queen announcement. However, according to Carson Casey, student government is currently working on a plan in case the game is completely canceled.
If we don't have a game, like the announcing of the King and Queen would probably happen during the rally, just like how we do it at Casaba, because Casaba, the King and Queen are revealed at the rally, so we'd probably end up doing something like that. And for the floats, like how the floats parade around the track, I'm not sure. Maybe we could incorporate that in the rally as well, like during the rally time, have them go around the floats, but I'm not sure about that. But that's probably what will end up happening. But right now we're looking for a replacement team.
In other news, the Think Pink rally will be held tomorrow during lunch in the amphitheater in support of breast cancer survivors and awareness.
UC, CSU, and FAFSA applications opened last Saturday. The UC and CSU applications are due November 30th, and FAFSA will follow on June 30th. And now we go over to Noah Whitaker with entertainment.
Thanks, Kelly. With the long and eventful summer season coming to an end, we slowly start transitioning into the autumn season. As always, along with the new weather, we receive new anime. Here are the top 5 anime releases within fall 2022. Starting in at number 5, you know it, you hate it, My Hero Academia. All jokes aside, My Hero Academia is a fairly popular anime having an interesting fan base. Following the events of the previous season, Season 6 covers the Paranormal Liberation arc, and it's going to be airing on Crunchyroll starting October 1st. At number 4, and one of the big 3 of anime, Bleach 1000 Year Blood War. This show is a direct sequel from the previous Bleach series we all love, taking place after Ichigo's final battle with Aizen. The sequel will start airing October 10th, but it is currently unknown where the show will be streamed. Coming in at number 3 is Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Cyberpunk Edgerunners is a Netflix adaptation of one of the most notorious and god-awful video games, Cyberpunk 2077. What could possibly go wrong with that? The show follows street kid David trying to survive in a technology and body modification obsessed city, Night City. The show has already been fully released on Netflix and has scored a 9 out of 10 from IGN. At number 2 is Mob Psycho 100 Season 3. Like previous seasons, this season is set to provide jaw-dropping visuals and mind-bending animation with big fight scenes. The show will start streaming on Crunchyroll on October 5th. And finally, at number 1, anime adaptation for popular manga Chainsaw Man. The series has sold over 15 million copies in print and won the 7th best-selling manga in 2021. The show follows the story of Benji, an impoverished young adult who struggles every day to pay off his crushing debts. The show is set to release October 11th on Crunchyroll. Overall, this season of anime looks very exciting, and I look forward to binging these shows instead of sleeping. In other news, the long-awaited sequel, Overwatch 2, releases today at noon. Overwatch 1 servers are currently shut down and will likely remain shut down until the hype for Overwatch 2 dies down. And now, we go back to news.
For the last couple years, the RHS Video Game Club has been around, welcoming all students to come in and play video games during lunch.
There are many clubs around campus open for students. One specific club that brings a rise towards gamers is a video game club. Video Game Club is a club where gamers can play video games and compete in tournaments.
So the Video Game Club has been around on campus for many years now. Originally, it just started out as a casual group of people who just wanted to play some games, and they just needed a place. So I just kind of volunteered my room, and they just kind of came in and played.
Senior Riley Kerr loves that the club is welcoming to many gamers joining the club, either new or old, coming with the excitement to play games.
I've always really liked the video game club. I've always felt like all the people in there are super nice and they're really inclusive, and they like to just try and make everybody feel like they belong.
Addington spends money on equipment to create more space in the classroom than having many students gather around in one small area. More equipment in the classroom can allow students to walk around, checking out different setups for them to use.
Over the years, I've been adding equipment like flat screen TVs and switch docks and things like that, buying controllers. And so it's kind of evolved into more of a bigger club. And so basically kids come in every day at lunch, both lunches, and they play different games with each other, either on a Switch or on the Wii U or on a GameCube or something.
Video Game Club is not just playing games all the time, but acquiring life lessons to improve students in the world. Senior Alex Couselman believes that the Video Game Club gave him life lessons.
I've made some friends, and it has taught me how to be better at communication, just talking to a lot of people there.
Comparing the total number of students between the year 2022 and 2021, the numbers have been changing frequently.
Before COVID, it was really big. We had a lot of people. I'd say probably there were like 30, 40 people were coming regularly. And then, of course, during the COVID shutdown, there was nobody at all. It just completely shut down. And ever since we've come back from COVID, the numbers have been slowly growing. I'd say now we're back up to maybe about 20 people on a regular basis.
Thanks, Emmanuel.
Don't forget, midterms are this week. On Thursday, students will only go to their first and second period classes, and on Friday, only their third and fourth. On their respective days, first and third period will go from 8:30 to 10:34. Second and fourth period will go from 10:56 to 1 o'clock. And that's it for today on Eye of the Tiger.
And don't forget, we're always on at eyeofthetigernews.com. We'll see you next time.